How y'all doing, man? It's your boy the comment, KHAM, Scorpion.510 is the Bay. Catch me in Universal the Base. Catch me on What It Sound Like podcast, where you get your best reviews and interviews. And catch me here on Tapping No Capping. Where if you're a nerd, you've seen it, then what's your opinion? What's going on, okay?
Hey, I'm actually not sleepy today because I had a nap. Um, but of course, you can find me on Kaori. I was about to say Kaori's Corner. That is not it. Nerd on the Street, and then Kaori on TikTok, and here, of course, on Tapping No Capping.
What's bad? How was your past weekend? Tell
It
them about
was
it.
so
Speak
much
on it.
fun. I
What
got to hang out with my
happened?
bestie.
Proclaim.
I
What about it?
got to hang
Tell
out.
them the details.
Huh?
Tell them the details.
I got to hang out with my bestie. Conman, of course. We went to the hookah lounge. We went to the video game bar. We played
Mhm.
pool. Got his ass beat a few
Hold on.
times.
Hold on. Hold on. See, you was doing so good in the
I'm
story.
sorry. It was
And then
4-1. It was 4
you
games to 1
reneged.
the first
And then you
night.
reneged. And then okay, I
That's
love that you bring that up because
crazy.
then what happened the last time we
The last
played?
night you did win. I was getting to that.
And then I
I
what?
was getting to that. You did
Wait,
win.
I'm
I was getting to
confused.
that.
And then what happened the next time we played pool?
You did win.
But how
Because
many times did I
that
win?
game was terrible. It was like
Huh?
3-2.
No, what?
Oh, well, me and Jay, I guess. I guess.
Oh,
Were you
okay.
3-0?
So how many times did I beat
Because
you
you
though?
did you not lose to Jay?
I did lose to Jay, right? But I did beat Jay. But then
You
how
did
many
beat
times did I lose to
me.
you? But
You
huh?
beat me. You beat
How many
me.
times did I beat you and how many times did you beat me?
I don't remember. Wasn't it
Three
3?
zips.
It
Three
was
zips.
okay. That's
Yeah,
fine. You
exactly.
left on
Okay,
a
so
win. You
I
left
mean,
on a
you don't tell
3-0.
the whole truth is all I'm trying to
You
say.
left on a 3-0, but if you add it all up, I still beat you at like 4. Like I
How?
still beat you. That's crazy.
How? We're
Actually, it
actually
was tied.
you hate
It
this.
was tied.
Exactly. I
It
was
was
about to
tied.
say
It
that.
was 4-4.
You hate it, but it's a fact. It's a tie
It was
because
4-4.
you
It's okay.
you
When you
beat me
come
once.
back, or when I see you again, we'll end that when I beat
Right. It
you.
was a 4-1. The next day I whipped you 3 zip.
You
So
did,
that's
and then you
that's
tied it
four
up.
games. 4 games. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
tying is your thing. Tying is your thing.
That's okay. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Just when you give in the context of ass whooped, I just need, you know what I'm saying? I just need context because y'all niggas love to play with a nigga record. You know what I'm saying? Niggas love playing with a nigga record like, oh, I just be getting my ass whooped or whatever. No, nigga, let's speak the whole facts, talk about the whole statistics.
I mean, I was getting
Yeah.
to it. You did win. You did.
Nah, nigga, you
And
just
then
said
you
no.
did win when we were playing game night. You did win at Monopoly.
I did, and that was another 3-0. No, that was actually
You
a
did.
4-0.
You
That
won
was
at
in the
Monopoly. It was like
that
the
was
only game I played
4-0.
you in
Whooped you in
because we were playing
Monopoly.
dominoes.
Whooped y'all in Dominoes. Was
Lord
undefeated in the
Jesus.
house. Like, come on now. Like, really talk
That's
about a nigga's.
crazy.
Come on now. Really talk about a nigga background though. Don't just be like, oh, I
That's
whooped this nigga. Talk about
crazy.
the whole story.
That's okay. That is okay.
I sit here, forgot to put on the background music, man.
You see?
Anyway, yeah, it's fine.
That's it.
Anyway,
Too busy.
past all that, scale of 1 through 10, how much did you enjoy that visit? Was it as good as LA Con or behind LA Con?
It was above LA Comic Con.
What made it above LA Con?
Mainly because when we went to LA Comic Con, like while we were together, it was still kind of like a networking thing. And like we separated a couple of times, kind of just me walking around and then you guys like walking around. This time it was like literally just us hanging out.
That makes sense. I feel that.
So, 11 out of 10.
I still say LA Con because we did things that I never done before. So that was my first, let's all get together and get an Airbnb type situation. And, mingled with all the friends that we ain't never all mingled with. Like I have, but I never blended them. That was the first time Jew blended with, you know what I mean, Otis and Charlie and all them niggas. And that was the first time your first introduction. I just felt like it was nice to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I'm like a old person Like,
You are.
if you, I don't know, it's a weird analogy, right? But I don't know if y'all know, but like, for certain grandparents, they'll have the family all together, and they may not be doing none of the festivities. They may not be playing the games. They may not be really interacting. They might just be just sitting in a little corner, but they just love watching their family all together. So for me, that was how I enjoyed myself, because I just love seeing my people interact with the other people that I interact with. You feel me? So that was cool. I also love the funnies that we was laughing the whole time, bro. It was not a moment. We were everybody was a damn fool. Your sister Ashley was a fool. Like, you know, it's just a lot of shit that was just making me laugh. The jokes, do you want me to call you a monkey? All that shit, bro. Moments, bro. So just like, it's just moments that is like, okay, LA Con was better just because it was more memorable, not because this time when I visited in Vegas it wasn't dope. Which, by the way, we were supposed to meet up with your model friend or whoever. We never did. What happened with that? I never asked because I was so distracted by hanging out with you and your family. Like, your friend came to town. She was supposed to meet up with
I don't think she ever came, actually, because I texted her to see if she still, like, if she was showing up. I don't think she actually showed up because she's a I was about to say airline pilot. What the hell is that?
Flight attendant?
Yes. Jesus. Okay. She's a flight attendant. So I think that she ended up in a different city just based on her work schedule on her flight. So I don't think she came, because she definitely would have texted me if she did, but I don't think that she did.
Okay. But I forgot all about her until now.
I completely forgot to even say anything, because I mean, we were like having so much fun, honestly. And I agree with the LA Comic-Con part, but I think just like for me, especially like just since it was like basically our second time hanging out, and you getting around the people that have raised me to be as crazy as I am, and seeing where all that shit fucking comes from, I love that, because then there's no question of where the fuck does she get this shit. And I got to be like, and I definitely got to be myself at LA Comic-Con, but when I'm at like home and definitely in my element, I'm 100% myself, no hold back time.
Got you. Also love meeting up with my boy Jay. I wish I would have put up his picture. I might pull it up later, but we all hung out at the hookah bar. He also was playing pool with us. And this is for people who may not know, Jay was the person who won at our 2v2 tournament, and he represented Karnak from Marvel. So, you know, shout out to
3-0 KO entire tournament.
Shout out to the 3-0 squad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they did their motherfucking thing, man. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the main topic of the night. I mean, it was the reason why I said we met up with him though is because I gave him his trophy. And that's what I meant to tell y'all. But yeah, it was great. I gotta give Duke his next. So we are here to talk about best interracial friendships. You feel me? So our interracial best friend. You feel me? So we're just talking about our favorite, you know, on screen, all, you know, rather that be TV or cartoon or anime or whatever. What friendships that kind of transcended past cultural or racist biasness and, you know, things of that nature that kind of transcended into like familyhood, or I don't even know if that's a word. Y'all double check me. But that transcended.
You're fine. It's fine.
Like people being like family and like brothers or sisters or whatever. So we're gonna talk about some of these people. Well, yeah. Let's get into it. So for y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? Just for the people that don't know, interracial is basically, you feel me, just two different races of people, you know what I mean, come together. Now, as we know, because we are a nerd podcast, there's multiple different ways you can do races. You feel me? Like there's alien races, there's mutant races, there's all types of different. We didn't really get deeper in that bag because I wanted to make sure. I said, let me pull up this definition to make sure, because I didn't want to steer off from the objective, you feel me, and start playing all these like different animals and shit like that. But anyways, we're just gonna get back. We're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna start off with my personal favorite. Kind of some of the like these are for this. This is my number one pick. Like number one pick. I don't think there has ever been an on-screen better friendship ever in all of reality TV, and that is with Rob and Big, man. Rob and Big. First of all, RIP to my nigga Big. You know what I'm saying? RIP. Got sneeze. Hold on. I thought I was gonna sneeze. All right, so shout out to my nigga Big. Robin Big was basically a TV show where this big black guy was a security for Rob Dyrdek, who I forget his name, his main show that's called Now. Every time I think of it, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but it's basically where they show all the videos of it goes, yeah. So he does that show where they show all different type of accidents and cool tricks that people pull off and funny videos of like cats and animals and shit like that. But you know, they was best friends early in his career. I think they had a fun house when they was living together where people would come by and do amazing tricks, and they would pull off stunts and pull off ideas that they wanted to just for like, you know, for shits and giggles. And Big was just a big joy, man. Like the dude was a big black dude that, you know, anytime somebody would stop Rob from like skateboarding, he would just grab them up, put them out the way. They would laugh together, they would joke together, they would make bets against each other. Like seeing their relationship on screen was one of my favorite things when I was growing up, because I just felt like you definitely don't feel like ethnicity was ever a part of the conversation in their friendship. Like it had no placement in what defined them being friends, and I really loved that for them. You know what I'm saying? Their dynamics could have been no crazier difference. Like way different background stories, way different upbringing, different sizes. One is short, one is tall, one is fat, one is skinny, one is a skateboarder, one is not athletic. Like it's just like you can pull any dynamic that you want to, and then these two for whatever reason had the strongest bond ever. And then so I just want to give a shout out to them, man, for having that genuine relationship on screen. So that's my first vote. Okay. Now we gonna go into little fantasy friendship, but we also know that these people was friends off screen. This is also a RIP to my nigga Brian. You know what I'm saying? Fast and the Furious, Dom and Brian. Definitely top tier interracial friendship. You know what I'm saying? Because Dom gave this nigga a lot of passes, bro. Like he gave Brian a lot of passes, man. Because listen, the first pass, let's really talk about it. Their friendship was kind of toxic if you really pull it back. The nigga was a cop. And their friendship started on a lie. Mm-hmm. He was also trying to fuck this nigga's sister. And you know Dom is all about family. So that was not just gonna slide easy. There's that. Then this nigga about to get this nigga locked up, let him slide. The next few movies later, the nigga lost Letty and thought she died. So now Dom is on business. Like, I'm knocking everybody off, nigga. Fuck what you talking about, nigga. I'm back in town. Brian finds this nigga, tries to stop him. They both go into the investigation. Brian doesn't tell this nigga that Letty was his PI. And this nigga Dom finds the recorder or the number to Brian's number in the phone that belonged to Letty. So now that's strike 2. That's really strike 3 for real.
I'm sorry, your breakdown of it is so funny.
Luckily, this nigga was knocking boots with his sister and got her pregnant. Because if not, Dom would have definitely knocked this nigga off. But they definitely became like family. That's like his brother. You know what I'm saying? Without him, You know what I'm saying? Without, what's his name is Paul, right? His real name is Paul.
Paul Walker, yeah.
Paul Walker. Without Paul Walker, in my personal opinion, the Fast and Furious franchise would not be what it is today. So definitely shout out to Paul Walker. Shout out to what he brought on screen. Shout out to the relationship that he brought, that he had with all the characters, because really none of those relationships would have existed outside of Paul Walker and Brian as the character, because he brought in Tyrese, he brought in Luda. You know what I mean? He tied in all these different people from different walks of life to bring them into the family. So without Brian, it would have been no family. For real, for real.
Facts.
So, yeah. Shout out to them. And then we'll go into one of Kaori's personal favorites. Go ahead, talk about it.
So the relationship between Richie and Virgil, Richie and Virgil, is probably one of like the first ones that I saw for real in a cartoon that I actually really liked. Kind of like outside of obvious main ones, but there was never really a time, except for like, I guess later on, where they did each other dirty. Even when that episode about race, where his dad is racist and Richie is basically like, fuck you, like that's my best friend type shit. Like, for having that in a cartoon like in the 90s, early 2000s was big, because, you know, especially when you're from where a lot of people are from, you don't get that. So I've always appreciated their friendship to each other, like the loyalty to each other. Even when it got a little bit toxic, it always ended in, this is my person, this is my nigga, like, you know. So I've always loved that friendship, always.
Respect. And we'll transition to my nigga on the left. On your left, you know what I'm saying? Between Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson.
Oh, all right. I love them.
So, I meant to bring the other two on screen, but we're not going to use two characters at the same time. But let's just get into this little conversation of what is the difference between a co-worker and a friend? Because from Kaori's perspective, Iron Man and Cap were never friends. They are co-workers. So I would love for you to tell me, what is the difference between Sam and Steve versus Steve and Iron Man. I want to know, what's that nigga? Robert, not even Robert Downey Jr. What's that nigga's real name? Tony. Thank you.
Robert Downey Jr. is his real name, but Tony.
That's how you know Robert is such an amazing fucking actor. When you associate Iron Man to the actor versus the actual character. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
So in the conversation that we are going to have in the future, also, I'm going to bring this up as well. So in the beginning, like I'm about to tell a story. In the beginning, Cap and Tony were not friends. Like, he barely wanted Tony on the team. The only reason Tony was there during the Avengers is because he was supposed to be the consultant. Basically, he's supposed to work out all the math, get all this, together, and that was supposed to be that. Once they got their hands on the Tesseract or whatever the fuck, him and Bruce were supposed to figure out how that shit worked, and that was supposed to be it. Like, even in the conversation, like me and you and Dad talked about while you were here, even in the conversation when they're sitting there arguing, like the shots that they were trading in between each other, Cap was ready to fight. Cap was ready to throw hands type shit, but Tony was personal attack type shit, because the line, everything special about you came out of a bottle, was not only insane, but unnecessary. That's not friendship type shit. That's not friendship fighting. That's toxic as fuck. And it stayed that way until they got a little bit closer during Age of Ultron. Not really. If they were really friends during Age of Ultron, then that crack.
Can you pause right there? Hold that thought. Age of Ultron, hold that thought. But you're bringing the first interaction with Tony and Cap to say that they wasn't friends, when that was everybody's first interaction with each other. That was everybody's first.
I mean, and that's fine from the beginning, yeah.
And, I mean, so I'm saying, saying that they traded blows when they first met each other is not not really saying.
But look at the relationship between Cap and Sam when they first met each other. Cap and Sam, when they first met each other, was a friendly exchange. It was them running together and, you know, on your left. And then they had a conversation when they're sitting, when he's like damn near passed out by the tree, you know, and then he felt that he could immediately come to Sam when he was being hunted by S.H.I.E.L.D. He didn't think of nobody else. He was like, I think I know a guy. Went to Sam, didn't even call, right? Went to Sam's house and was just like, we need help. People are trying to kill us. Like, and that was like their second time actually meeting. And then like, so they met, and then Cap showed up at his job, and then you show up at my house and I'm able to protect you. Like, you automatically thought this was a safe space. He didn't get that with Tony because Tony was automatically combative. Now, they did, like I said, they did get closer later on, but like they operated as coworkers all the way up until like the break in Age of Ultron, where they were a little bit closer, and then it was just a job. Hey, Duke. It was literally just a job. Like, that's how they were treating each other, just a job. After Avengers, Tony disappeared and was doing Tony's thing, and Cap was still doing work. If anybody was Cap's friend besides Sam, it was Natasha. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they became friends later, but essentially they were coworkers. Now, if we're talking about Sam and Cap, they start off with friendly conversation and then developed their friendship continuously until it was evident, this is a good man. I'm going to give him my shield. He didn't even give that to Bucky. And him and Bucky have been friends for fucking 70 years. Because he knows that Bucky is my friend. Yes, Bucky is my friend, but Bucky is a soldier.
To the court. That's some hard evidence to present to the court. That's true.
Like him, and like even when Sam and Bucky like developed their friendship, because their friendship started off toxic as fuck too. Their friendship started off the same way that Tony and Cap's friendship started. They developed friendship way later. Right. Sam and Cap were the only ones that I feel like started off friendly and then continued to be friends.
So I don't know. There's so many ways we can dissect that, because you can say in a way that Cap's relationship with Bucky is stronger based on the fact that he was basically willing to become a terrorist just by being associated with him. And so with that being said, like, okay, you're willing to sacrifice yourself in that way, then in a way you're probably closer to him. Or then you can also say how Cap gave his shield to Tony because he was like, you don't deserve it, it's not yours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's like, keep that shit. But then again, you gotta remember what that symbolizes. You know what I'm saying? The shield. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Tony would have did. That was a friendly gesture, in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't like a fuck you. It was a, you know what? You know what I mean? I understand there is some moral guilt here, and you are still my friend, so I will give you that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it.
But the thing is he brought up the fact that my father gave you that shield. You don't deserve it. You know what? You can have this shit because your dad did give it to me. You didn't give it to me. Your dad gave it to me. And out of respect for your dad, you can have this shit because I am not the shield, and the shield is not me. I just happen to have it. Just like that fight that he had in Winter Soldier with Batroc, and he was like, "I thought you were more than just a shield," and he put that shit down. It was like, I'm about to give you hands. I'm about to beat your ass.
Right.
So, I mean, he's basically like, you can have that shit. Your father gave it to me. You are absolutely correct. But the way you acting, you can have that shit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's all in the way that you perceive, in the way that he presented him that shield. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's all how you look at it. But
yeah, you know, it's just like I said, later on, him and Tony became friends. But at the very start of all that, they were coworkers. It was the job, and that was it.
Yeah, starting off in what you ended up later to be is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody start off is different. You know what I'm saying? But all right, we're gonna go ahead and save that conversation for your show. Speaking of Heard on the Street, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead, tap in with them. You know what I'm saying? And even though Jill's not here, tap into the One Piece Alliance. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to the We Got Questions podcast. You know what I'm saying? Every Monday. So you feel me? This is my vote right here. Now, for people who may not know this movie, this is John and Charlie from Money Train. These niggas was like brothers. You know what I'm saying? Basically brothers. You know what I'm saying? The Avengers are co-workers. Everyone got a little buddy there.
See? Yes.
But so Charlie and John is basically like brothers. They grew up together. They basically are brothers. They call each other's brother. Charlie is the nigga that always gets in trouble. Charlie gambles. Charlie, you know what I'm saying, owes people money, and he's a fuck up, and you know what I mean. So he decides, fuck it, my life ain't worth it. I owe my brother some money. I owe these niggas some money. So my way of getting out of it, I'm about to rob this money train. And his brother, John, even though he ain't got nothing on his record, this nigga beating up the mob for him, all types of shit. And he like, my brother on the train, then I'm on the train with him. I'm gonna rob the train too. You know what I'm saying? They get away scot free because again, without John, Charlie would have more high key would have got murdered or would have went to jail. So it's a beautiful film. It also has Jennifer Lopez in it. If y'all haven't seen the movie, please watch it because it's a classic in my opinion. They got Money Train. That was my shit. That's when J-Lo chose Wesley for the hype game. Facts shows up on my nigga. Was my hero after that. That's the first time we saw J-Lo titties on screen too, though. But I don't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sick.
That was the first time. I was like, hey, my nigga, hey, back in the day, Wesley, y'all niggas be talking about this nigga bad today. But back in the day, Wesley was that nigga. He was the prime of niggas. And I mean niggas like us, nigga. He was that guy, nigga. That nigga owned every room. That nigga was top tier Hollywood nigga. In my personal opinion, he was over Denzel. That's crazy. I know a lot of niggas gonna say that's crazy, but he had a whole era. It was a whole era of this nigga just doing movies and all types of shit that this nigga Denzel was not touching. Denzel wasn't touching action movies like that. Denzel wasn't doing romantic movies like that back in prime. No, nigga, Wesley back in his prime was shitting on every fucking actor in the game, and he was fucking all the bad bitches that everybody wanted to fuck in every fucking movie. Like, fire, bro, in every sense. Not matter if it was a comedy, an action, a romance, whatever, bro. Wesley was doing shit. Marvel. Now everybody says that Blade was what resuscitated or gave Marvel its jump start to even be what it is today, to have an MCU. So Wesley is that nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a little side conversation, but
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that. But go ahead.
That's fine. Most people would. That's cool. Wait, go ahead. Always bet on black. Jungle Fever. Exactly. Yeah. But y'all don't know, those are all the Wesley movies. You feel me? But yeah, go ahead, take it down. There's a lot. We can get to that conversation another time because we was also supposed to do actors with the most range. So we will eventually have this conversation, and Wesley is definitely coming on that convo. And I would love to debate a nigga about Wesley versus Denzel. Love to. But speaking of Beast Boy and my nigga Cyborg, I'm gonna let Dr. Kaori go ahead and take the reins on this one.
Beast Boy and Cyborg and the original Teen Titans have always been my favorite duo, outside of Virgil and Richie, mainly because they can be themselves around each other while also being serious, and their fucking like teamwork when it's the two of them is top fucking tier. Like, they are so in sync as a duo that without thinking, without Robin coming up with whatever fucking plan he got going on, like whatever is happening, Cyborg can read the room. And because Cyborg can read the room, Beast Boy can read Cyborg. And they're just like that every time. And even in like kind of some of the like the emotional episodes, especially like that shit that was going on with Terra, like Cyborg was not trying to see Beast Boy go out like that. He was not. But you also gotta let your boy do what you gotta do. If he gotta hurt his feelings, then let his feelings get hurt. But no matter what was going on, Cyborg was right there. And even that episode where Cyborg, I think they were having like nightmares or visions or whatever, and Cyborg was human type shit. Even when Cyborg and Beast Boy and all them were going through that shit, they were definitely there for each other. Like, so they are always standing 10 toes down for each other, and I have always fucking loved that.
I agree. I also want to tap in and say, like, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to do the tap or cap rather than not use good friendships, we can also do that because we got that button. We don't utilize it enough. But just for the fact but just for the fact that they coined the phrase booyah, you know what I'm saying? I disagree. Ain't no better team than
my God. I'm sick of you. Not Darkwing and Launchpad.
I mean, if we want to do that, I will also like to present the evidence to the court of my nigga Bebop and Rocksteady. If we really wanted to push that envelope, because these niggas are the bestest of bestest friends. Whether they're doing crime or not, whether they're humans or metahumans, these niggas are the best of friends. These niggas ain't never had a falling out. What's happening with Jay? So, you know what I'm saying? You could be right, but you could be also wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I respect those honorable mentions. I respect it. But yeah, man, shout out to Beast Boy and Cyborg. Now I'm also since we brought up my nigga Denzel, I will also like to present my nigga Julius Campbell and Gary Bratier. You know what I'm saying? Laugh my ass off. It was on the short us together. Exactly. You know the Timmy community. The Timmy community are the most closest of closest people. If they love you for life. So that to me is more evidence to the fact that they was really friends for real. But Julius Campbell and Gary Bratier, these are two football high school students who, during a time of what's the word I'm looking for? During a time of segregation, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have been friends, was not supposed to be friends, wasn't even supposed to be going to the same school, you know what I'm saying? Because the black school being shut down and everything like that, the white school had to get integrated. It was hella racist, had to get a new coach, powers dynamics, personal relationships getting fucked up. Like it was a very tough friendship to mend, but these niggas literally became brothers. Like his mama didn't even like Julius. His girlfriend didn't like Julius. But this nigga stood on business and was like, nah, this is my brother. This is my brother. And this nigga got hit whole high school career or even future career as far as doing sports got fucked over. This nigga didn't want to see his mama. He didn't want to go see his partners. He didn't let nobody else in the room but my nigga Julius. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And so when you talk about friendships that become brotherhood, bruh, I ain't gonna lie. If you didn't drop a tear on this friendship, bro, you don't have a heart, bro. Because this is one of those ones, bro, when he was just like, he paralyzed from the waist down. He's like, man, don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that, man. Like, he went straight to apologize to his mama, and she was just like, bro, listen, my nigga. And he was still salty at the girlfriend. Even after the accident, the girlfriend on that battlefield is a different thing. That's a fact. Even his girlfriend was like, Gary, I'm not with that shit. It's all trauma bonding. Doesn't always stick, but they built a bridge over race. Yeah. And so yeah, man, like, bro, that relationship, that, you know, left side, strong side, like, bro, one of my favorite interracial friendships of all time. One of my favorite scenes is when these niggas, because they secretly ran, because Gary was the captain, but Julius was basically the captain too, but just for the black squad. And so, like, even at their school, where it's not like these are people that they probably knew from their schools, but they not really that close or wherever they not on the field together. So, like, it was a big race fight at the school, and so Gary tried to break it up. Gary getting his ass whipped by some black niggas. Julius pop up, start fighting some black niggas. Gary started fighting some white niggas for trying to fight on Julius. And I was like, bro, that's real nigga shit.
Yeah.
That's real nigga shit, bro. And both the black niggas and white niggas was like, Nick Gary? Like, Julius, like, you fight for this nigga? Yeah. This is my brother, nigga. Like, on business, bro. That's one of my favorite friendships, bro. But yeah, we'll get past that. Another one of my personal favorites. What's up with Santo, man? Man, my nigga Samurai Jack and the Scotsman. Now, if anybody knows me, you know, Samurai Jack is one of my favorite cartoon shows of all fucking time. That's my comfort show. That's my, one of the greatest voice actors to ever be in the business. That's, nigga, it's a lot. We can keep talking. Best intro that was ever in Cartoon Network. We can fight about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit. But the Scotsman, bro. First of all, these niggas was on business when they fought each other. When they first met each other, they was on a bridge. My nigga Scotsman was talking mad shit. Like, nigga,
absolute
I don't know who you think you is, nigga. I'll beat your ass, nigga, with my one leg. Spinning in this nigga face and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Samurai Jack was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what time we in, what time zone, nigga. Where I'm from, we don't play those type of games. You feel me? So this nigga is keeping up with Samurai Jack. So off top, for me, that already caught my attention because nobody was fucking. What about Primal? Oh yeah, for sure. But for me at this time in swordplay, nobody should have been fucking with Samurai Jack. Everybody that tried to fuck with him prior to was getting fucked up. Best show. Yeah, show best besties. I can't. Yeah. I don't know what he's trying to say. But yeah, with that being said, bro, like the Scotsman, let me just get into why they was best friends, bro. There was a time where Samurai Jack, like his memory and all that shit was gone. Like he didn't know who the fuck he was, and he was like paralyzed or sleep or some shit like that. And my nigga Scotsman literally went against every fucking body that tried to touch my nigga so that Samurai Jack can get back onto his mission, back to who he was. And he did not owe that nigga that. But he did that shit because, nigga, once they was friends for life, nigga. My nigga Scotsman's wife got kidnapped. Samurai Jack helped him get his wife back. Really, the wife was also standing on business too because of Scotsman. Did I say Samurai Jack's wife or that Scotsman? But anyway, the Scotsman's wife had got kidnapped. Samurai Jack helped him get his wife back. Okay, bet. And then she beats everybody ass. But even though that was a comedy trope, they stood on business every time it had to do with one or the other person. That was the nigga's one of his only friends that made sure that was the nigga to call on if Samurai Jack needed somebody. So much so when they did the last season, the Scotsman dies. And he's in old age, he in a wheelchair and everything. So we like, damn, his best partner just got murdered. You feel me? By Aku. So in their last final fight, my nigga comes back in spirit forward, and still showed up for my nigga, bro. You can't tell me there's a stronger friendship, bro, when a nigga is coming back from the spirit realm. Like, nah, I ain't leaving my nigga hanging. Not Jack. Not my nigga Jack. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, the Scotsman, that's one of my favorite characters. If you niggas want to give Zorro that trophy of best right hand man, nigga, it's the Scotsman. Y'all can fight me on that, bro. Y'all can fight me on that. Rewatch Samurai Jack and watch how the Scotsman stand on business when it comes to Jack every time, nigga. You'll understand, nigga. He gonna stand on business for Jack, bro, in the same way that Zorro stands for Luffy. But yeah. All right, this is one of Kaori's favorites. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, talk about it.
Actually, because Eddie was supposed to be in there too, but that's fine. I can talk about Chelsea and Raven. So that's a Raven. Number one is my fucking comfort show. You missing comments because I put that comment up a long time ago. That's how Raven is my comfort show. That's always been my comfort show. I fucking love that show. And Raven and Chelsea's relationship is a lot like a relationship that I have with my best friend since fucking preschool, me and Natalie. Even though we're not interracial, but like it kind of just like reminds me of the two of us. And I think what really solidified this friendship for me was the day that, or the episode where Chelsea got hired at that clothing store that they wanted to work at, and Raven had a vision that the lady was not going to hire her because she doesn't hire or like Black people. And that was actually something that happened to me, and Natalie defended the fuck out of my ass. And I was like, you know what? This is life shit right here. Like, especially just like the different things that they went through, the fights that they had, the like the arguments that they had, sometimes being jealous of whatever. But no matter what happened, it was at the end of the day, all of it was the loyalty, so much so that they came back to do a show together, to be friends all the way into adulthood, and then their kids are friends, like type shit. I was like, this is like actual real type friendship. And it was something that you see early in the fucking morning before you go to school and be with your own friends. So their friendship has always been like, as a live action TV show from Disney, their relationship has always been my favorite. No friendship has been able to top that from Disney for me.
Okay.
Anyway.
Making claims, okay. Speaking of, you brought up Disney, I want to bring up Nickelodeon. And that's my nigga Aang and King Boomy. You know what I'm talking about? What's legit beef? Yeah, but that was the same as Misty. That was the same as Misty. I would have if that was Jason lost Kimberly.
Jason wasn't keeping Kimberly for shit.
Nah, never. She would have left even without something.
Jason was not keeping Kimberly at all.
Yeah. But speaking about Aang and King Boomy, man, these niggas are literally, out of everybody that we just mentioned, are childhood best friends. Childhood best friends coming from different sides of the nations, you know what I'm saying? One Earth Kingdom, one Air Nomad. And these people friendship transcended all the way into this man's adult life, to where he's an old man and they still have that same childhood bond that they had when they were kids. And my man still was looking out for A no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And teaching my nigga lessons too on his way. You know what I'm saying? Dropping gems in my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Letting sure he like, hey, Aang, you know, you need to think like a mad genius. Hey, Aang, you feel me? Like, you gotta get creative. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Hey, King Boomy is so underrated in my opinion. When it comes to Avatar, the last Airbender, that was my favorite character, which is King Boomy. But that's for other reasons we can get into a whole nother conversation. I also want to say these niggas was so much best friends that when Aang finally did have kids and Boomy died, his first son was named after this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand how much you gotta love a nigga and be like, bro, that's gonna be my son's name. That's my kid's name right there. You feel me? Like, bro, King Boomy and Aang, bro, like underrated interracial friendship that nobody talks about.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's see. I want to pick one you would know. Let's go with Jax and Sonya. Go ahead. You can talk about it unless you want me to talk about it, because I can talk about it.
I mean, I like their relationship. I like her relationship with Jax more so than I do her and Johnny Cage. I think her and Johnny Cage are horrible together, but
easily.
I think her and Jax are just like so easily compatible because they're so like-minded, and because they're both military, of course. And it's like, I don't think that they ever started off in a coworker sense. I think they definitely 100% started off as friends type shit. And shut up.
Every time you say friends, I think of Houdini. Friends. How many of us have them?
But I do really like the sexual tension. Exactly. Like, they're friends with a lot of fucking sexual tension. As I'm saying, I feel like they would have been a much better fucking couple. Because her and Johnny Cage have never made sense to me. That shit was bullshit. I was like, what is this? But it is what it is. I'm not the writer.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They have, bro. Ain't no way they did it, bro. They they had to once.
Hello.
One or twice. Oh yeah. She followed the Brolic as He-Man into another round to fight God.
Yes, you have one.
Yeah. All right.
He could have lied to her. He could have lied to her about anything, and she would have went.
Hey, that was real.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pick. I don't know if any of y'all seen one of the late greats, Chadwick Boseman's movie 21 Bridges, but this is Michael.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Now, toxic friendship.
Toxic fuck.
Friendship. Toxic friendship, but a friendship nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? This man, these are niggas that literally called each other brothers. They was in the field together. One had a fucked up backstory. The other one did not, but was in a financial crisis and rode for his nigga, bro. And even though we may not have gotten all the context that we needed to solidify, there were so many amazing characters in that show. It was easy to get lost in the greatness. Facts. Talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender for sure. But speaking about 21 Bridges, Michael and Ray, even though we didn't get to see so much backstory, all of the moments of how they interacted with each other, how they trusted each other, the way that they rode for each other, the things that they said together, the fact that they were willing to die for each other, that friendship was really, really fucking deep. And then on top of that, yeah, they were legit ride or die, but indeed toxic. Just like, I'm so glad you brought that up because we're gonna make a good ass transition. But we gonna give me 1 second. We gonna segue. Are they friends? Because I think he was tapping. Shut
the fuck up.
You might want you can cap or tap if you want to. Let me know. If it's tap in the comments, let me know. If it's cap, then say it's cap. But this is how you know niggas is real friends, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Because my nigga Ray, when my nigga was on the floor finna die, his dying words was for him to let his brother slide, that he's nothing like him. That was his dying words. Didn't have nothing to do with that nigga's family or girlfriends or none of that shit. Whoever that nigga had in his life, his last dying words was, "Hey, give my nigga a pass, bro. Give my nigga a pass." That was his dying words. And stood on business and didn't die like no bitch. He knew what he did. He knew he was ready to die, but he was like, "Hey, but my partner though, let that nigga slide, bro." And that nigga kept that in his mind. He tried to have a conversation with him before, you feel me, bro, eventually got, popped by the traitor bitch. You feel me? But yeah, that was a real fucking friendship, bro. It was very sad, tragic, and toxic one, but still a good friendship. Take no trauma bonding.
I agree.
Manipulates the other using brotherhood and invoke his sense of justice. Yeah, I respect it. I mean, but also with my boy Duke, you understand as a veteran, it's very easy to get into that dark hole of doing something for your country, sacrificing your time, sacrificing your body, sacrificing your sanity, and then feeling abandoned by the government. And then all of a sudden, you got, depending on what time period you in and what war you fought, or wherever the case may be, now you have the people of the community that look down on you. And that's a lot of pressure, and that's a lot of fucked up shit when you fought for your country, and you feel like somebody owe you something. So if you had a brother that was also in that same predicament, y'all poor as fuck, and y'all did something very honorable, you feel like, hey, I don't deserve to live like this. It's very easy to start staring off to that other side. You know what I'm saying? We all know how the VA and all that shit get down, but that's a whole nother conversation, man. I was the heist team. Then I love that. You're bringing up so many good ones, and I did not write down Den of Thieves because I was like, was it interracial? I can't remember. But I will say you brought up a good one, and I will bring that one up, which is Danny and Will. You know, and shout out for Duke for even making that transition. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Speaking about Danny and Will, basically the same type of story. They grew up together, childhood friends, second childhood friendship that we brought up on here. And my boy Danny was, you know what I mean, in a tough spot. You know what I'm saying? And needed some help. And they basically did what they did. But the reason why this one could be capped, and I'm not sure, y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it. It was a very strong brotherhood. And I definitely feel like in this one, this was definitely way more manipulation than it was the other one. Because in 21 Bridges, they both was poor. They both were struggling. This one was better off than the other. And he did not have to go that route to convince him to do what he did. He literally needed him to pull off that heist that he needed and use that nigga. He should not have did so. Even with that point being done, then he went past the moral boundary to where they was fighting into the car and shit like that. And it's really sad. Even though, so this is what's tough. It was very, I ain't gonna say like Romeo and Juliet, but it's very crazy because at the end of the movie, this nigga was willing to go out on some Scarface shit because he thought his brother got killed. And he like, oh, my brother got killed? Oh, nigga, it's over. Let's do it. You feel me? Like, even before then, when they was when they was about to get off scot-free, they was about to get off. And bro was like, nah, I'm not with that, bro. We ain't gonna let somebody, like, innocent people get killed, bro. I'm not with that shit. And so they was like, hey, bro, you better tell your brother to calm the fuck down. He's like, my nigga, even though my nigga was manipulating my nigga, he was loyal because he couldn't let my nigga get killed and take the money and dip. But that nigga was like, what? You better calm the fuck down. Like, that's my brother, nigga. I don't give a fuck how many niggas up in here. And so they stood on business, aired out the whole fucking room together, nigga. And that's really what got them niggas caught, is that nigga being too much of a moralist, because they could have just let them other niggas get killed and move forward. But because he wanted to have a moral compass, he still stood with his brother. So either way, yes, it was toxic, but they rode for each other when all the odds was against them. You feel me? And the fucked up part about it is that the brother was still alive at the end of the movie, and then he shot his own brother. Tough. I don't know. Y'all tell me, tap or cap, but I believe they definitely had a brotherhood and a strong, so much of a friendship that it did transcend into brotherhood. Like, yes, a little bit of manipulation there, but it was genuine. And as long as it's genuine, it's a true friendship in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all let me know. If the comments is going, you pull them up for me, because
oh, you mean like I've been doing?
Yeah, good job. So I'm gonna bring up Timon and Pumbaa. I'm gonna go ahead and let Kaori take that one.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't sure.
Are we doing interspecies?
That's what I'm saying. That's why we was having that conversation. So
okay.
Is it not? Because if it's not, then we can skip this and we can save that conversation for a whole nother combo. You feel me? A tough combo. Did we already do Gumbo and Bubba? Bruh, Gump.
Gump.
Bro, I thought about that. Pumpkin shrimp, bubblegum shrimp. I thought about this.
Gump, please.
But they only knew each other for like 2 seconds. So I was like, I don't know how much of a friendship we can say these niggas had. You know what I'm saying? So
enough today.
I don't know.
Sorry, the gumbo part tripped me out.
Yeah, my fault. But yeah, even with like, when y'all said bonding being on the short bus together, like that would really be their friendship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Forrest and am I dying? The homeless homeboys that were
the first animated animal parents. Yeah. So
we can cut it off. We can cut.
I honestly
out.
Even.
If it don't.
I can't really remember when they became friends. I mean, technically, like it's interspecies, so I'm sure, but I don't remember when they became friends. Honestly,
and it's not part 2, but we can do interspecies because I also want to talk about Groot and Rocket.
Yeah,
and
I did too, but I didn't because they were a species.
Right. So we ain't gonna do that. We gonna cut them out.
But when I saw it on the overlay, I was like Timon and Pumbaa.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk about this one. This is from Clueless. Oh no, let me not do this. I'm not sure if you know they know. I'll pull them up for you. But K and J, we talked about this. We don't know, are these niggas co-workers or are they best friends? Y'all niggas talk to me. Because in Kaori's mind, Iron Man and Steve Rogers are not best friends. They are just co-workers. So, same thing with J and K. Are these niggas co-workers or are they best friends? Y'all let me know. What y'all think. Okay, which your vote? Tell me what's your thought process with this.
I say they started out as co-workers, obviously, and developed a mutual respect for one another, and then they became friends.
Okay, but what makes this friendship transcend into like more of a being family? We had a whole conversation about it, so don't.
We did. So I think also if you like also tie in how they were in the animated cartoon and how they are in the comic books, they are definitely friends. They definitely care about one another. And like we talked about with my dad earlier, when Kay not quit but retired, Jay did watch over him, because you see in the second one where he he's just come back from a mission and he's like looking at Jay do gardening or whatever he was doing. So he did develop like a caring for they developed a caring for each other. And after that, they definitely, like when he got his memory back and continuing on and then all that stuff, they definitely went and became friends. Like from movies to cartoons to comics, they were definitely friends.
Oh, that's you doing something? Go
ahead.
Yeah. Which war, bro? Which one? Yeah, it's debatable. It's debatable. I can see both. I thought so until this conversation about Cap and Iron Man came up. It started making me looking at friendships way different. So now I don't know at this point. But let's talk about a friendship we all know and love. Interracial. At least most people should. You know what I mean? Be familiar with Power. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Tommy Egan. You know what I'm saying? And James St. Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Vietnam War was more than a year. Who was saying that it wasn't? I don't know. Who's in the comments going back and forth? But yeah. James and Tommy, bro. Niggas got moonlighted now. Send the tone. You know what I'm saying? But look, Tommy Egan, and my nigga St. Patrick, bro. These niggas are death.
Here you go. Hold on. All right,
before
we continue on with this, Charlie, we gonna have this discussion on Sunday, okay? Because fuck Tony. Okay, continue.
With your whole chest?
With my whole chest. My whole chest. Fuck Tony Stark.
Even after he sacrificed himself for everybody to live?
Fuck Tony Stark.
That's crazy.
I did cry for him though. But fuck him anyway.
This nigga so behind. This nigga gonna put his life on the line and
oh, he's still talking about Forrest Gump.
in the 80s.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so confused.
I'm confused.
He's talking about Gump and Bubba because you said they were only friends for 2 seconds, and he was saying it's longer than that. They were friends the whole war.
Oh yeah. Oh, when
that's what he's talking about.
Oh, but that nigga died early in the war. The war was still going after that nigga died.
But that's not his point. His point was like, were they best? Our question is like best friends, and he asked if we put them in there, and you said he was only. Charlie, please.
Whoa, no.
Thank you. Somebody said
Tommy. Ghost and Tommy.
Yes.
That's not true.
Yes. I don't even watch the show. I don't even watch the show, and I know that Ghost and Tommy are coworkers. Thank you.
You saying something is invalid. It doesn't matter. You don't watch the show.
It doesn't matter. I've seen enough clips to know what I'm talking about.
Wink of weakness or you.
I'm not.
Bro, Duke is my partner, right? Sometimes me and Duke butt heads, and this is one of those times. This is why we finna butt heads, because you sound dumb as fuck. Because even when my nigga Tommy had a clear shot at Ghost and he met him at the docks, he could not pull the trigger. Tommy's mom called St. Patrick hit her son. So much to the point when he died, she disowned Tommy because that's how close they were. She thought that nigga was so crazy that he possibly killed James, and she didn't want nothing to do with this nigga because she loved James so much. This nigga Tommy is fucking what's this nigga Tariq's uncle, nigga? What are you talking about? These niggas are best friends. These are literally brothers, nigga. What are you talking about? You sound crazy, bro. If there's any friendship in this bitch that we bringing up that's brotherhood more than friendship, is these niggas. They joined over brotherhood, but ain't no way, even with all the licks they hit, they should ever pull the iron out. Nah, come on now, bro. Shit get toxic, bro. This nigga Ghost was fucking with the op that could have got this nigga Tommy taken down. Now there is street rules. And then there's what do you call that? Brother code, or what's it called? Boy code, or whatever the fuck you want to call that. You may not want to go against boy code and be like, oh, this is my brother, I would never. But then if y'all have a business that's in streets and shit like that, those things are going to eventually collide. And off rip, the fact that Tommy knew that he was fucking with an op bitch, if he really didn't fuck with Ghost, he would have just knocked the nigga the fuck off. He didn't. And he kept on trying to give this nigga passes and kept on saying, yo, you need to cut this bitch off. And he didn't. So it put their friendship at risk because it literally put Tommy's life in risk to go to jail for the rest of his life for him selling drugs because Ghost was fucking with a bitch who was a government CIA or some shit like that, or lawyer, whatever the fuck she was. You know what I'm saying? So no, bro, like they definitely had a friendship. If any of my boys pull some shit like that with me, see you at your funeral. Okay, I understand that. But even see, that lets you know that their friendship was deeper than what you had with other niggas. Because even after the fact, they pulled the iron out on each other. They still stayed friends. Even after the fact. Still defended each other. Still went against the whole. These niggas went against cartels, mobsters, gangs, whatever you want to call it, bro. And still, it was mostly just Tommy and Ghost.
Hey. I have something to say.
Okay.
I have something to say.
That's when you pull it tight together and figure it out versus figuring out how you gonna knock your homeboy off. All right, go ahead.
Dad said that they were coworkers.
That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. For the second time. This is the second time making an opinion that he's wrong about. That's fine. Y'all related. I don't expect for y'all to not be on the same team. That's cool. I get it. But y'all both is wrong. What's happening? How you doing? Hello. Good evening.
I've never even watched Power. I don't care. I just said that because you was hollering.
That is the most bullhead thing to be like, hey, you're wrong, but I've never watched the show and I still feel like you're
because
wrong.
you was over here yelling.
Because you was over here yelling. I came in the door to hear you. Bro, no.
I didn't even sound like that. I don't even sound like that.
Not to you.
Listen,
Sorry.
it's cool. It's cool, y'all.
Got your jacket.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my jacket next time I step down in Vegas. That's stupidity for me. If we downrange and you draw down on me, then apologize. We're throwing hands and motherfucker would be lucky to walk away. We can get into the context, nigga. Like it's so much more context than what you're talking about. He says I'm wheezing. He said, lower your voice. Sorry, I ain't gotta do a motherfucking thing, but stay black and die. The fuck? Anyways, moving past that, y'all on some fuck shit. We gonna go ahead and do
behind me. It's
a child abuse. Child abuse.
I got your jacket. I got your jacket.
You know she
You either agree with me or the jacket gets it.
You can't see the jacket. You look like you threatening her.
jacket right here.
Fuck the jacket. Yo, we definitely gonna circle back to this conversation. We can circle back. We can double back, nigga. We can recycle all that shit. Have one a cough. I can see that. I can see it. That's hilarious.
I hate you.
Okay, well,
what's the next one?
Kaori has a date, y'all, so we gotta run through this. We can't just keep, you know what I'm saying, staying on this, you know what I'm saying? That's what you told me. Didn't you say you feel me? We gotta keep it at a certain time limit because you got things to do?
First of all, you ain't have to tell my business like that.
You're on a date. Everybody congratulate Kaori getting on a date. You know what I'm saying? Hello? You know what I'm saying? Applause. That's a great thing.
You can go to the next one, please.
Now, Tommy and Ghost River. Thank you. That's a real nigga. That's a real nigga. That's why that's my big bro. That's why that's my big bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have logic in this bitch. Somebody. You know what I'm saying? How you trust someone that chooses to stay in the
Sir, can we move on, please?
Can you say that?
Can we move on, please?
There's some evidence to the equation, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't.
It does.
It don't.
Miles and Gwen. Now, this is Kaori's pick. I don't agree. I think these niggas are more like ex-lovers than they are friends. So I want to call Kat. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Kaori, would you like to...
First and foremost, they definitely started off as friends before they became involved as a couple or whatever the fuck. And I also told you that the better friendship to have put here would have been Miles Morales and Kate Bishop, because Miles and Kate Bishop are actual besties.
This is your first pick, correct? Before today,
correct? I just said somebody because they were friends.
Okay, so can you explain to us why you believe they are in the best friend category? That's all.
No, because their friendship is not better than Kate Bishop and Miles Morales. Because Kate Bishop and Miles Morales are actual best friends.
You threw it out there. You shouldn't have.
I just threw it out there because they are friends, and then they evolve into more than friends. And that takes a level of getting to be better friends before you even get there. But like I said, I would 100% say Kate Bishop and Miles Morales are best friends. Huh? Smash Kate. What? No. We're talking about Gwen Stacy from Spider-Verse. I said in the comics, Kate Bishop and Miles Morales are best friends because they are. No, I was talking about him and Gwen. Didn't smash Kate, Dad.
Your daddy stop ear hustling. Damn.
I'm in the go to the next one, please.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist. No, you don't understand what that type of money thing had.
Those are definitely besties.
Best friends, bro.
Definitely.
I mean, do we really need to get into it? You know what I'm saying? We can get into it.
Those are definitely best friends.
Okay, well, I would just say that, you know what I mean, white rich boy, ex gangster from the streets, both became heroes for hire. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times that Iron Fist needs to be rescued and vice versa. Actual dad.
Your obsession with Captain America right now needs to be stopped.
Don't let it go.
Needs to be stopped.
Well, anyways, man, Luke and Danny definitely like brothers. Automatic. Yeah, you feel that.
Automatic,
okay.
Yeah.
Let's do Kaori. You can go ahead and speak on this. Monique and Kim Possible. You know what I'm saying? How you feel? How you feeling about that?
Those are those two are definitely, I would say, best friends, but I would also say that about her and Wade.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but Wade is always in his crib. That nigga don't be.
But I mean, that part doesn't matter. It's the bond that they have, and even when he's always in his house, okay. If Kim is in trouble, he there. But her and Monique, I think her and Monique are like the typical high school besties. So,
look,
and I think she saved Monique a few times.
No, it's same vice versa. But let me ask you this. And I really want to hear your answer on this. What's her best friend?
Steve does have a black best friend, and it's Sam. Don't do that. Next.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna ask you this, Kaori. Have we only been online friends doing this podcast? If we had never met in person, would you consider us best friends?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you on my end. That's no.
So I think because in the age is different. Kim understood Wade's situation and his aversion to being outside, and you don't get to be friends with somebody if you don't understand that, because you're going to continue to try to get them out of that, and that's a boundary essentially that they've set for themselves, because I don't do this because this is what happens when I do. So she understood that situation, and like I said, even if he's not leaving his room, then it's still 10 toes down for Kim Possible. It doesn't matter. And like, you wouldn't even be able to say that they were coworkers ever. He cared way too much. He cared way too much for Kim, and you don't get that kind of care for somebody if you're just somebody who gives them their gadgets and somebody who gives them their missions. You know what I'm saying? So they were definitely best friends, and I would say they were more best friends than her and Monique, because again, her and Monique were the typical, we're on the cheerleading squad, besties, typical high school best friends. And Kim stands like 10 toes down for any of her friends, doesn't matter. But her with Wade and her with Ron, I think is over the top than with her and Monique. Were they best friends? Absolutely. But I think if Kim had a choice, she would probably throw Monique over for Wade. If it was between the two of them.
I feel as though, my personal opinion, and for the people, if we clip this up, y'all let me know. But I feel as though Monique and Kim's relationship was actually tighter. Here's the reason why. One, they went to school together. That's one. So everything that was going on in school, even when they was going against Bonnie, they would team up against Bonnie. Monique was the first friend in the high school that was like, "Hey, bro, that's my friend, bitch. We ain't playing them type games." Bonnie used to bully the fuck out of Kim, and Monique was one of the first, I think the only friend that actually stood up for Kim. So one, that's the first point. Two, she was the first, unlike Wade, she was the first black friend to go in the field for her. So she actually learned about her So the difference is Wade and Kim met, basically they co-workers because they met doing this shit together. Monique, she had to trust her with that secrecy to let her know this is what she do outside of being a high school student. So you doing that is like, okay, our friendship is a little different. And then we also know the whole girl and girl dynamic is just deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like virtual guy friend that helps you out time to time, or your girl Bessie that's actually in the field with you that helps you fight crime and has actually saved your life. I'm going with Monique. Plus, what you bringing up, Raven, from That's So Raven, you know, voiced by Monique is also voiced by Raven Simone. You know what I'm saying? So gotta give a shout out to her for that. So I might be also a little bit biased. So yeah.
But you also have to remember that Wade actually did go into the field with Kim.
Very rare. It was like what, 1 or maybe 2 episodes. It was one when he was in the future, and then the second one, and he fucked up when he went to the field for the second one when he was still fat and shit.
And Ron doesn't fuck up. Who cares? The sidekicks are supposed to fuck up. Y'all are sidekicks. Y'all are supposed to fuck up and get in danger and all kinds of shit. That's literally their job. But like I said, I agree that her and Monique are definitely best friends. Like, that's no problem at all. I don't disagree with that. But I also would say that her and Wade are also best friends. If we're talking about the interracial aspect of it, her and Wade are also best friends. Wade would literally do anything he could for her. And even to the aspect of leaving his room even when he doesn't really want to. And she would do anything for him in the same way, keep him out of danger. So
okay. I respect that. Now we all like this is an automatic, but you know, Jackie and Carter, man. What can't tell Monique if Wade. Yo, that's hilarious.
You're so fucking annoying right now. I cannot wait till this show on Sunday so I can read your ass down.
No, that's not this Sunday.
It is this Sunday.
No, we supposed to be doing 2000.
It's 2 shows on Sunday. One show is live and the other one is recorded.
Yeah, not tell me.
You don't have to be part of both of them if you don't want to, but one show is live. The Captain America show is live. The early 2000 show is recorded.
I was gonna like study for that motherfucker. I was gonna watch the movies and the whole shit.
Yeah, the Captain America one is live, but I think we're doing the recorded one first and then doing the live one after that.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right. Well, anyways, you know, Jackie and Carter from Rush Hour, you know, they are literally brothers. They literally showed you how they're not Lee and Carter.
Yeah. Lee and Carter.
Yeah. Bro, you literally see how their friendship transcended to brotherhood when they brought up they relationship with their father, to bonding over saving too young, to, you know what I mean, Carter is more like, you know, he loves the Asian culture. Then they go into Lee and they show how much he loves the Black culture. And just like, bro, that's real friendship, bro. They learned how to dance together. Lee taught Carter how to do fighting moves. Like, it's just that's a real brotherhood, bro.
Absolutely, I love it. I've always loved the relationship between the two of them over all 3 movies. Right. And the show really just kind of doesn't do it justice, like how their friendship should be. So the movies have that down tight.
And I also want to say, out of all the ones that we brought up so far, out of all the interracial relationships, this is the only one that literally attacks cultural differences. All the other ones was cool. All the other ones was great picks. But Tommy still says nigga on power. And in this one, Jackie got his ass whooped, or was going to get his ass whooped, for saying the word nigga. Carter wouldn't even let this nigga touch his radio. So in this movie, you actually see the differences. What's up with Ma? In this movie, you actually see the differences and cultural differences for them, and they became brothers. In the other depictions that we chose for other friendships and shit, yes, it was interracial. Yes, they had a great friendship. Yes, it was beautiful, but they did not attack the cultural differences. And that's what I love about Rush Hour. They definitely bring up the cultural differences. Tommy doing
He's so annoying. Go to hell, bro.
He is not gonna
get over it. He's not gonna let it go. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we gonna go ahead transition to this was the pick that you brought up, and so I'm gonna bring this up. Kate Bishop and
America. I love that.
Explain.
So Kate and America are, I think they're part of the Young Avengers together, and then they're on another team together. When she starts doing her own Avengers team, when she's in charge of the Avengers team, Kate is. And then they both end up kind of just becoming like co-captains of the team. But just like Kate and Miles, Kate and America have like I think a different type of relationship. Of course, both of them being girls. And their relationship is just so tight. It's so tight knit. And America does not let Kate go too far, and Kate is not letting anything happen to America if she can help it. And she was one of the people that Kate thought of first when she was starting this team, because she know like they understand each other very well. Their relationship to me is how Beast Boy and Cyborg and Teen Titans are together, because they read each other really, really well. They know what to do when the other one is out in the field. And while Kate is essentially Hawkeye, you have America Chavez, who is essentially, in my opinion, Captain America. And both of them have really great leadership skills, learning from like their perspective. And Kate actually really learned her skills from both of her parents. And I think their relationship is really tight knit, and they haven't had any unbelievable disagreements in the comics where you could call their relationship toxic in any way. So I really appreciate how their relationship together has been written. And like kind of like an underlying girls relationship is like Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
But then see, you know, they got a little bit more of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn.
They do. They have like more of a friendship, and Poison Ivy has always been there for Harley, especially when it came to the Joker. And I think that's what I mean, like when they're there for each other and they understand each other, and when they are together, that is how Kate Bishop and America Chavez act, in my opinion. Like that's like have your back type shit. So I've always appreciated how Marvel chose to write that friendship.
All right, so we ain't brought up no anime in this motherfucker, so we gonna bring it up. Usopp and Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Reason why we bringing up Usopp and Luffy, and I would say this, I believe that out of everybody in One Piece, besides the niggas he grew up with, you know, like Ace and shit like that, Usopp is literally this nigga's best friend. Now, this is the reason why I will say this. Kaori is a hater for One Piece, so we cannot ask her opinion. So we cannot. Her point is invalid. This is why
you are correct. You cannot ask me my opinion there.
Show up, nigga. You let me know how you feel about this, or when you see the clip, you let me know, because he is the One Piece alliance, so he should have a strong opinion about this. However, Usopp and Luffy always butt heads. In my opinion, it's kind of like how me and Jew butt heads. However, the niggas that fight the most care about each other the most. And I feel like people who come from different like leadership backgrounds and shit like that make it a crazy dynamic team in their friendship. Like, in my opinion, when you look at everybody else on the ship for the Straw Hats, like who does what, this might be controversial. But I feel as though Usopp is not really needed. You know what I'm saying? Usopp is not really needed because you got what's my nigga name? The nigga that's really big and buff. What's his name? He's like the Johnny Bravo nigga. Hold on. One Piece or Straw Hat team. Let me look at Straw Hat team. What's his nigga name? I know it's like I want to say it's Jackie or what's his name? Frankie. Way off. I was way off. So Frankie does everything that Usopp is supposed to do, but better. So in my opinion, Usopp is not really needed for the Straw Hats because everything that he should be doing for the Straw Hats, Frankie does in spades. Like he is the one who made the Mary what it's supposed to be, and that was Usopp's job from the get-go. He literally was on the team just because he brought the Mary. This nigga Frankie brought them new shit. He's the weapons man. The same way that Usopp is the sniper, he's the shooter. There's nothing that really Usopp brings to the table that Frankie does not. You feel me? So with that being said, there's nothing that really ties him to being on the ship besides the fact that him and Luffy are best fucking friends. So much to the fact that when they, I forget, I think it was Water 7. When they was at Water 7 and Luffy was getting his ass beat. Kaori, a hater? No. I know that's crazy, right? Who would guess? But
fuck One Piece.
When Rob was beating the fuck out of Luffy, it was Usopp's voice that got my nigga.
You're not missing anything.
I can't put my 2 cents in because I haven't watched One Piece.
You're not missing anything.
It was Usopp's voice that got my nigga motivated, and he took what Usopp said to motivate him to show up for the team, even though he was outclassed and outmatched. That dynamic that Luffy and Usopp have, even though it can be toxic because Usopp wants to be captain or whatever the case may be, they are literally best friends. You know what I'm saying? They have a best friend dynamic. They have a best friend type of relationship. And yeah, that's, I can get deeper into it, but because nobody else knows One Piece, we're going to move forward. I just wanted to bring
we'll just take your word for it.
Right. Now, we know Steve Harvey has been in controversy right now. So we're going to bring up the Steve Harvey show and bring up Bullethead. And these Romeo, Bullethead and Romeo. And I don't know if y'all remember their dynamic. They was kind of like Daddy's Daycare when Hip Hop Dalmatian, who's going on? What's happening, world? Hip Hop Dalmatian. I don't know if y'all watched that movie, but I think it was not Daddy's Daycare. It was Brown Sugar. I think it was Brown Sugar.
You are so old.
Huh? So old? Oh yeah, that's fine.
You are so old.
You gotta bring up classics. But this friendship was definitely dope. I think Bullethead was the first wigger we ever had on screen. I don't recall one earlier than this. This is prime wigger era. You know what I'm saying? So like Bullethead was definitely that dude from Romeo. They definitely was ride or die for each other. They got into trouble, mischief together. And even though Bullethead was treated as a dummy and Romeo was also a dummy, they definitely had that little brother, big brother type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I liked it. It was cool. I don't know if you ever watched it. Did you ever watch the Steve Harvey show?
I did not.
Gotcha. Okay. So we'll move again. We'll go with your pick. Hercule and Mr. Cho.
Hercules and Amadeus Cho. I love them. So first of all, their friendship was very, very much unlikely. It was really something that they kind of just put together because at first Amadeus was looking for, they were brought together by She-Hulk, and then Amadeus was looking for the Hulk when he was taken, I believe. And they kind of ended up in like a best friend situation, but is like a brother, like a big brother, younger brother type situation as well, since Hercules is the oldest, of course. And everything that, all of the adventures that they go on, everything that happens, one, they are hilarious, and two, Luke, listen, just because you grew up with the ancient Egyptians writing on papyrus, relax. Okay?
I'm not really that age phobic, but I'm not going to say why. So we're just going to move forward. I'm a true friend, and I'm not the type of nigga to bust niggas out. So let's just go ahead. Keep on.
Listen, that nigga is old. Anyway, Hercules and Amadeus are one of my favorite male interracial best friends because it's not something that you would expect. And they are definitely fun to be around each other. And Hercules, knows when to have Amadeus's back, especially if he's not transforming at all. And Amadeus knows, like, I can go to Hercules if I need assistance. I can go to Hercules if I need help. I can go to Hercules if I need to talk. Like, so their relationship has developed over time, and I'm really glad that they didn't stop their friendship after the first book that they were in together. And I'm really very happy with how Marvel wrote that friendship as well. My credentials will be here very soon. Thank you very much. Don't worry about that.
All right, let's go to another classic. You know what I'm saying? Arnold and Gerald. You know what I'm saying? I think this is just an automatic. I don't really think it needs too much explanation. These are the first niggas that we brought up on screen that actually have their own handshake and the whole nine. You know what I mean? These are ride or die friends. So, yeah.
First of all, my dad is absolutely insane. That's in this all. He's met my dad. My dad is fucking crazy. But my dad is fun.
He is fun. He's a great man. He is a great man.
My dad is fun. I mean, we're trying to get him on the show to talk, and he's not a show person. So trying to make that happen at some point in time so that y'all can get the wisdom. The wisdom that is my dad.
I'm gonna hold him accountable every time I talk to him. But okay,
I'm gonna see if I can get him something.
I'm gonna try to wrap it up in the next 10 minutes so you can go ahead and get cute for your nigga. Let's go with another classic. Mr. Incredible and Frozo.
Definitely best friends. Definitely best friends. 100% best friends. You're looking after my kids type shit. Sitting there. He is no filter at all. They are definitely best friends. And I think it was interesting how they developed the friendship in the second Incredibles movie. When he was at home trying to take care of the kids, and he was like, do you need my help? Like, do you need my assistance? Like, I have your kids if you need to go get some like sleep or some shit. They are definitely friends. There is no coworker business in this situation, and I really don't think that there ever has been. I think that they were friends from the jump, and they will continue to be that.
I agree. So the reason why I say they best friends, the first fucking interaction we see with these niggas is, even though they heroes, these niggas is sneaking away from their wives, having buddy time,
police scanners,
trying to do hero shit, and then going against the cops together. Nigga, that's real friendship, nigga. That's real fucking friendship, bro. Like, and they know each other like the back of their hands, bro. Like,
we're going bowling.
And so, yeah, man, if a nigga is going against his wife, which is stay your ass at home to go hang out with his partner, and, you know, and that old man, you know, we married, we got kids shit, that's real brotherhood, bro. That's real friendship, bro. Because you willing to catch hell at the crib for your partner, bro. And that takes a real legitimate bond to do so. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Cher and Diane.
Point, yeah.
Their name. Huh?
Dion.
Yeah, my fault. I'm so way off. But yeah. From Clueless. Yeah, so how you feel about that?
Their relationship wasn't my favorite, but they were definitely best friends. And I haven't seen Clueless literally in so long to even actually speak on their friendship like that. But I kind of felt like while they were best friends, Dion would probably still throw her over for a fucking nigga. And I was just I
can see it both ways, if I'm being honest, though.
I can too. I think they would, and I think that's like, I guess that's like their dynamic. It's just not a dynamic I would choose for someone who's supposed to be my best friend, because if you need me, I'm not about to, I'm not about to be like, well, I'm with my nigga. If you got like shot and are dying, bitch, I'm leaving. Like, and I just don't feel like their friendship would have been like that, because I feel like if she had a called Dion, or Dion had a called her, and something was going on, at some point one of them is not going to answer, or they'll be like, no, I'll call you back, I'm with so and so. So I don't know, their relationship wasn't my favorite, but I mean, in the sense of like, I guess in their world of friendship, we're friends. Shit.
I'm waiting for her to cut back in.
What?
Oh, my thing froze. I don't know why.
Oh, I was like, what? Because you froze on my side.
Did I freeze, or did you? Yeah. Like, what happened? I froze?
You froze on my side because I finished talking and then you froze on my side. I don't know if I froze on your side.
Okay. That's fine. All right. We'll keep this ball rolling. I apologize for the cutout, y'all. But yeah, I agree. I also wanted to say, even though it may not have been the best friendship, even though I thought they did have a great friendship, because they told each other secrets, they had their own words that they used with each other. I thought it was really cute. My main thing was just seeing a black woman on screen that was in a different light and setting than we're used to, especially during that time. At that time, it was almost impossible for a black woman to be on screen unless she was the typical black girl. You know what I'm saying? The typical itch and neck like this, and you had to be or from the hood or whatever like that. Even though Stacey Dash is canceled, we still appreciate prime Stacey Dash when she was doing these roles, because it gave black women the room to have some diversity in their profile. You know what I'm saying? So you can still give flowers to it, even though now later on in today's time, things played out behind scenes, as who she is, different than how we appreciated her on screen. You know what I mean? Which we could say for a lot of people in the late, or mid 2000s. So we didn't bring up no game characters, so I want to bring up some game characters. Paul and Law from Tekken. This is one of my favorite interracial friendships. These niggas are hard to Hollywood push the ratchet black woman narrative.
Yes, they did.
Exactly. We know it's crazy that I love Babs. So, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood and stereotypes be working sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But Law and Paul from Tekken, these niggas butt heads like crazy. They are rivals. You can argue that they're even frenemies. But these niggas have started a business together. These niggas have, done tournaments together. These niggas have made each other better. They look out for each other. These niggas are best fucking friends, in my fucking opinion. So, rather if you see like Tom and Jerry as best friends or not, you know what I'm saying? Because if you really watch the show, they really are. They just...
Tom and Jerry are definitely best friends.
Right. But it depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because for some people, like our nigga Duke, if you pull the iron on me, that's the end of our friendship. Well, them niggas pull the iron out on each other all the time in Tom and Jerry, but them niggas was best friends. So, still a classic, but yeah, I'm with you. Better duel. But yeah. Speaking of Duke, we're gonna go ahead and slide into the end of watch, Brian and Mike. Now, for people who don't know, Duke is a police officer. And the reason why I bring this up is because End of Watch is one of my favorite cop movies of all time. It's a very tragic, sad ending. But these niggas held each other down through thick and thin. They was literally brothers. Their wives were close. They wives were close. The nigga literally sacked, like, I don't think it was Mike. I think it was Brian. I want to say it was Brian. It was the Mexican nigga. He literally covered Mike. So when they was ready to shoot them down, he literally covered his brother in arms to make sure that none of those bullets hit him. And if you watch that scene, they sprayed the fuck out of those cops. You would have thought ain't no way he didn't get hit. And it could have, and Brian was looked like Mike looked like he was already killed. but his last dying action was covering his brother to not get shot in his last moments. Feel what I'm saying? So definitely, if you haven't watched End of Watch, Brian and Mike are definitely brothers in my opinion. Definitely a very beautiful interracial friendship being cops. And my favorite cops I've ever seen on screen, because this is the first time a nigga was like, hey bro, y'all niggas ain't shit without them gunning and badges, bro. Take that shit off. And my nigga Brian said, oh word, say less, nigga. Took off the belt in the gun and said, nigga, throw them hands, nigga. And he said, nigga, if you lose, he said if I lose, you can handcuff me, nigga. Beat his ass and then handcuffed him, bro. And his partner was cheering him on, like, come on, nigga, go get him. Woo, woo, woo. He didn't say nigga because he white, but he was like, yeah, come on. So that was, hey, they was some real goons, bro. They was out there handling shit. So I got respect.
We said not in the watch. I'm screaming.
It's like Training Day, though, because people really think we roll like that. The best thing that the movie captured was the true camaraderie between two good partners. Those two man units are the best patrol units. Yeah, I agree. All right. We almost at a closing. We're going to go with another classic. Zach and Slater from Saved by the Bell. These two were definitely a great interracial friendship dynamic. Slater was the wrestler, as Kaori would say,
the fine one.
And Zach was the cool nigga, you know what I'm saying? The man with the plan, the money schemer, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely was I watched Saved by the Bell every day before school, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely loved the show. I definitely loved their friendship. And even though they went to an all-white school, Slater was not letting nobody punk his partner. Zach and Slater definitely was with the shits if y'all was trying to fuck with their friends. So I definitely fuck with their friendship. Even though they butt heads sometimes, they definitely had a brotherhood. They was brothers even all the way into college. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
No, he gave you a direct quote, actually.
Yeah. If you whip my ass, I'll put these handcuffs on my motherfucking self. And that's on the set. Direct quote, sir. Exactly. This real nigga shit. That was my favorite scene, bro. He was just like, hell yeah, I live for this shit. He was hyped up. He really thought he was gonna whoop that cop ass. And he was a short Mexican, so he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to whoop this nigga ass. Hey, he was not going. Start attacking that body. Okay. I was like, okay, Brian. Going to a little fan fiction. Percy Jackson. I forgot the other girl's name, but she's the daughter of, I think, Athena. And basically, I say they're best friends because in the show currently right now, I'm pretty sure none of you guys are watching, but if you've read the books and you've seen the movies, it's pretty almost on par. And basically, the girl was offered to, portray Percy Jackson, and she killed one of the Furies that tried to offer that, like the sister of the Fury that offered that deal. And then Medusa offered Percy to kill one of his best friends, which was her, and he chopped off Medusa's head. And it was a very cool friendship moment because they don't start off liking each other. They have a mutual respect for each other, and they don't trust each other all the way up until this moment. And that's true friendship, is that we may not be lovey-dovey in front of each other and touchy and kissy and give each other the best compliments. To other people, it might look like we don't even have a friendship. It might be toxic. But behind closed doors, when a nigga say, hey, bro, I'll do so-and-so for you, you know what I mean? Give you this bag, and as long as you let me kill your partners and you stand on business, if you a friend behind closed doors, that's real friendship to me, bro. And that's why I put them in the best friendship category, because behind closed doors, they roll for each other, bro. And these are kids at that. I think it was dipping in the African. That girl.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
please.
I was thinking the same thing.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah.
Can't do the cigar now.
We almost done. I want to bring up Casey Jones and Ralph. The reason why I wanted to bring them up is because it was their friendship that started Casey Jones to be integrated into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles group, their brotherhood. Casey Jones has always been a ride or die for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's always been there. He's trained with them. He's put his life on the line. He's saved them. He's done it all, bro. And if it wasn't for Ralph and him, they would have never been friends to begin with. And they're both the hotheads. Casey Jones and Ralph bond because before, it depends on what iteration you're reading when it comes to Ralph, they met first. God bless you. They met first because Ralph was the turtle that got abandoned from the other turtles and ventured off. So he grew up on the streets. So he met Casey Jones first. So really, they really had a brotherhood way prior to him actually having a relationship with Leonardo, Mikey, and Donatello. So really depends on how you look at it. It's different iterations where it doesn't happen that way. But based off of that iteration alone, that is a beautiful friendship that they had. Ralph what? Ralph don't what? Ralph, don't disrespect Ralph, homeboy. Come on now. What I say? Raphael? What you want me to say? But yeah. And yeah, they are legit homeboys because they are just exactly. Vengeance. True vengeance. We almost done. I want to bring up these people from the Get Down. You may not remember. This is on Netflix. This is my boy Ezekiel and Shalom Monk. They definitely come from different sides of the track. Basically trying to make it out the hood. Made it through like gang situations and started a whole movement, moved in together. They was homeless. Bro, it's so much shit that these two brothers got into together, and they definitely, stayed in a brotherhood type of friendship and bond. There was some falling outs, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, these dudes were definitely like, you know what I mean? Thick of thieves, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my favorites, which is Dom and what's my nigga name? Dom and I don't know why I can't think of this nigga name because he's the main. Dom and damn, tripping.
I can't ever remember because I haven't played Gears of War in like forever.
Somebody help me out, bro. Let me look.
I don't remember his name. I haven't played Gears of War in forever.
Gears, hold on. I don't know why I be having brain farts, bro. Because I love everybody. I have literally this nigga's shit right here. Marcus Phoenix.
Marcus. There we go. Dude literally just said it.
Why do I gotta see it from here? Why do I have to see it from here? The shit that I had the figurine to be like, oh, it's Marcus Phoenix. Down in Marcus Phoenix, nigga. Yo, Gears of War. You mean Marcus Phoenix? Exactly. I didn't see this before he put it down. I was looking this way. I just want y'all to see it. Anyways. Marcus Phoenix and Dom, man. Let me go ahead and give them another introduction because, bro, Marcus and Dom, these niggas are legit like brothers. You would have thought they were because there was no telling, like, there was nothing. You know how, I don't know if y'all ever been in a situation where somebody adopts somebody or like Kaori. Kaori's friend, Ashley, she always calls her sister. There was never like a time where she was just like, oh, that's not my blood sister or that's not my woo-woo. You would swear by as much as she claims this girl as her sister that they are legitimate family. Like, this is your blood sister. That's what you would think. They don't look alike. You like, oh, I believe you. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, same thing with Dom and Marcus. This nigga calls him his brother all throughout the whole series when they fighting together and they truly have a brother, big brother, little brother friendship. Marcus used to serve with Dom's older brother. Dom's older brother died, and basically Marcus Phoenix took on the role as his big brother and made sure he made it through the war. And they were, bro, Dom's death is one of the saddest deaths in video games that I've ever seen in my fucking life. He was definitely a beloved character. I definitely loved playing with him when I, went against the Horde and shit like that. Beautiful series, beautifully written, beautiful friendship. True fucking brotherhood, and they love to talk shit together the way that they talk shit, and I just loved it. God bless you.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
I have no idea what's going on here.
I have two more, especially the end of the world shit. I'm sad. It'll probably take something like that for people to come together. Yeah, unfortunately. If y'all don't know what Banshee is, this is Job and Lucas Hood. Now, some people know True Blood, and my nigga what's my nigga name? Lafayette. Basically, Job is the Asian version of Lafayette from True Blood.
He is. Yeah.
Lafayette is one of my favorite characters on screen I've ever experienced ever. That's one of my favorite, most beloved characters ever. Just because he literally breathed life into that show. You feel me? Like he's standing on business. He dressed very flamboyant or whatever like that, but he wasn't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like he was dope. He was a dope ass character. And so it is with Job when you watch Banshee. He's the only guy who is, as you would assume, homosexual. You don't really see him have sex with any other man, but he cross dresses a lot. You know, he dresses like a woman and things like that, but he ain't no bitch. He will knock you the fuck down. He does have an extra plan. He will blow your ass up. He's a computer genius. And the reason why I say Job and Lucas Hood have a best friendship, Lucas Hood is a world-round criminal. Gets out of jail, takes on the identity of a sheriff. His best friend, which is Job, in the beginning of the show, he went straight to Job as soon as he gets out of jail. And there's a mob after Lucas Hood. When he talks to Job, Job acts like he doesn't know where his girlfriend is because he knows that if Lucas goes after this girl, which is why he went to jail in the first place, he sacrificed his freedom to let his girl get away from not getting arrested. And so he's like, this is my best friend. I'm not going to give you the keys to your own destruction by going back to this girl that you fell in love with that got you in the place that you're in right now, who is one of the most toxic women I've ever seen on camera ever, bro. And I would love for us to make an episode like that, like toxic women and on like screen. I would love to have that conversation. But anyway, she's one of the most toxic women fucking ever, bro. Whole nother conversation. Moving past that. My boy Job was good. Had his own shop, had his own little criminal business going on, blew up his home business just to protect Lucas Hood, moved into this rinky-dink town that Job does not fuck with because he's more like a city nigga. He's living in a place that he fucking hates, all because he loves his best friend, Lucas Hood, and he stood on business. So much to the fact when the monster finally found my nigga, which he's a very, very powerful gang lord, and he's Ukrainian, his name was Rabbit. When Rabbit finally found fucking Lucas Hood, or when, he was about to make an attack, my nigga Job went to assassinate this nigga by his motherfucking self. By himself. This is one of the most powerful gang lords ever. The Lucas Hood, one of the most hardest niggas you'll ever see on fucking screen, was running away from this nigga. His daughter, who was raised by this nigga, who also stands on business, running from this nigga. There are niggas that could combat this nigga, but it was Job by himself said, I will put everybody on my fucking back so that nobody can get hurt, and I'm gonna be that friend to make sure that this shit get nipped in the bud. My nigga Job is a real nigga, bro. He's a real fucking nigga. One of my favorite characters that has ever been on the show. So definitely best friends. If y'all never seen Banshee, please watch it. I let Kaori watch a few episodes. I don't know if we'll ever finish it, but it's definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. And I think that we can wrap it up because you got things to do. So that looks like it's about it. We got let me see. We got one more. We'll do one more. We'll do it, and that's it. I had like 3 more, but that's it. We'll do the last one. Cindy and what's the other girl's name? You remember?
I do not remember that damn girl name. Because half the time I'll be forgetting she got lines.
Damn. That's crazy. But her name is Libby. Cindy and Libby. So no.
They did Libby dirty. You remember I just sat here and said I'd be forgetting that bitch had lines. They did Libby dirty so many times during that TV show. But if anybody was ride or die for Libby, it was definitely Cindy. And I mean, they were actually really kind of ride or die for each other. I did enjoy their friendship. I did like how they wrote their friendship, but sometimes I did think that like Libby could live without Cindy. Like, y'all could do things with Libby that don't involve Cindy, and I think that they kind of made her like a dependent almost, which I felt like was unnecessary. But I still think that like I liked their friendship. It's almost kind of like they wanted it to be like the girl version of Arnold and Gerald. With Arnold being blonde and Gerald with his natural hair, and then they have Libby blonde, her with her or they have Libby with her natural hair, Cindy blonde. And so I was like, I felt like they were trying to do that, and it kind of like just didn't really work because Arnold and Gerald's friendship is even, and I felt like they took like Libby, like pressured Libby to be more of a friend to Cindy than have it be even.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's the other way around. I think that Cindy was less of a friend to Libby than Libby was a friend to Cindy, because Cindy will always lead Libby to follow her bidding, because fucking Cindy was a selfish ass.
Yeah, she was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they had Libby being like a minion, and like right. Libby did way more for Cindy than Cindy did for Libby. And I'm like, their friendship is supposed to be even. If you're trying to like mimic a friendship that you just created with Hey Arnold, their friendship should still be even. And sometimes their friendship was even, and then sometimes it was like Libby was a fucking minion. And I was like, that's where I'm like, y'all was doing Libby dirty as fuck, because none of that was necessary. Their friendship could have been even as hell.
I agree. The only thing I would say is that at least I will say, like I said, same thing I said for Stacey Dash. I think for Libby, one thing that we appreciate is that Nickelodeon, unlike Disney, when it comes to representation, they did a good job. Libby started off with like a very straight hair look. They went to Egypt. She got to see who Queen, help me out.
I don't remember who it was. I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember who it was.
The infamous Queen of Egypt. The most beautiful woman in Egypt. Well, y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. When Cindy finds out basically who this person is and how she represents and being of black culture, black descent, she then later in the show changes her hair to start doing braids and stuff like that. So it's kind of like one of those small little hints of culture that they put into the show, and it also gave her a sense
you're talking
of
about
Cleopatra. Thank you. Definitely gave her a sense of confidence and a sense of self-worth, and that's when you started to see her having some sense of individuality against Cindy, and wasn't just being her fucking minion. You want diversity in backyard and the names and characters. Good job, I feel that.
Because first of all, her name being Uniqua and Tyrone and Tasha, get the fuck out of my face.
You're not fucking wrong.
Out of my face.
You're not at all. So now that we closing up, man, I mean, we had like 3 more, but we're gonna leave it at that because we got a hot date on the way. I'm gonna let Kaori do her thing. Is there anything that you want to tell these people?
Oh my god!
What I'm asking, I'm trying to let you go do your thing. What can these people look forward to for Nerd on the Street?
Well, Nerd on the Street has a few episodes coming up. So, of course, we have the Captain America versus Tony Stark, who was right, who was wrong, coming up on the 7th. That one will be live. And then we have top 10 from everybody who's participating of your favorite shut up top 10 fave early 2000s cartoons. We have a gamers edition coming up, and then we're going to do a few shows. If you are a wrestling fan, we're going to do a few shows of before WrestleMania, so like a past, present, future type thing. So we're doing those things.
All right, well, I'll definitely be, interacting with my friend. I will be on the episode. Ju was supposed to be on the episode with her, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tapping in with Tapping No Capping. Special shout out to Duke. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to my mama. Who else we saw in the comments? There's a few other people. But we appreciate y'all, man, because it's a Friday night. It's the new year. It's the first
you
episode.
are aggravating.
We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a good night.